Hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
All right. It sounds
Hello.
like.
Ah, darn it, Matt's mic came back.
Oh, no.
Sorry to disappoint you.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's Boss Rush, episode 10. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. With me, going from left to right, is Matt from Biff Band Pop.
What's up?
And the current Boss Rush Championship belt holder. And also the Tyson Challenge Championship belt holder as well. Actually, I have the belt here. I'll tell you why you don't have the belt and I have it. Let me actually get the belt here. We can show it off for the show. For anyone that missed the marathon.
Shame on you.
Yeah. So this is technically Matt's belt. The plan when I bought the belt was that I'm going to use it one time for this Tyson Challenge thing, and I'm going to take this stuff off and make it into the Boss Rush belt. But then I kind of really like how this looks. So I think this belt is going to stay like this, and I'll make other Boss Rush belts for everybody at some point. And get Matt a version of this as well. But yeah, this just looks too cool, man.
Hey man, I liked it. I showed everybody on stream I think 3 times, so I liked it.
For sure.
Very good.
And then in the middle there is Jason from downstab.com.
I'm here. I just wanted to be slow so I didn't freak out.
I actually did freak out there.
It's perfect.
We were just talking off stream that sometimes Jason is so still to the point where I'm not sure if the video has frozen or if he's just not moving.
Gotta keep you in suspense at all times.
Yeah. And then to the right, it's John at Hotfire. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's been a couple weeks now since the Extra Life 25-hour marathon, which we ended up going 26 hours. I was not awake for all 26, and I wasn't awake for the final hour, but... No, I don't know if you guys saw the end of the marathon. You guys all came out at different points. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
At the final hour was like us trying to beat Street Fighter 2 just before the clock ran out. We did it. I gave this whole speech. But then like Randy and Jenna had just woken up and were like, "Hey, let's go play some more Overwatch." Like, I guess might as well just keep this going. So they did.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was I thought it was a pretty cool experience. Did you guys have fun?
Oh,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just wish I could have played more,
That's okay. We will be better prepared next year.
Yeah. Next year for sure. It'll be fun.
Yeah. And...
I feel like I won the perfect amount of championships.
I mean, besides like all the games we played, yeah, Chris and Rachel were there as well. My cousins, family, all sorts of people came out to support and play games. And we also raised $800 for the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. So, yay,
so cool.
round of applause to everybody for that amazing achievement. And we're going to do it bigger and better next year.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Definitely.
All right, Matt.
One of my special highlights was for sure watching your brother play Puyo at I think 4 a.m. your time and just getting destroyed by all these people.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, Randy. Speaking of, he's in
in
Japan right now watching. How's it going, Randy?
Yeah.
I've been following your Instagram stories. You look like you're having a blast of a trip.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
Oh, Jason's audio cutting out there a little bit.
Oh, weird. That time I was talking, but I wasn't moving. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, how are things with you?
Things are good. I went on my parade after I won the Tyson Championship. So, a few people came out. It was nice. And other than that, I have not been doing a whole lot. We actually got a bunch of snow here in the last little bit. So
oh, no.
There's that. So now I think this is when it triggers my hibernation mode and I go into hibernation for the rest of the season.
Have you been shoveling at this point?
Have I been what?
Shoveling?
I did today.
Oh,
yeah, today was the first day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We haven't had that much snow here yet.
Oh, it's coming.
I know. It's weird, like with Southern Ontario specifically. I feel like if you go north of the 401, then they get dumped on snow like a couple weeks before people south of the 401.
Yeah, we're in the snow belt up here, so we
Yeah.
we get it. We're like the canary in the coal mine. We get it first before everybody else, and then everybody else gets it.
Yeah.
So I go to work in my winter coat, and it's like 12 degrees when I get there, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But I tell them, man, this is what it looked like when I left my house.
Yeah.
They're like, just you wait, just you wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Randy says I finally got to meet all the people who destroyed me in Puyo.
Yeah, no offense, that was a lot of people. So, I couldn't have done any better. Don't worry.
So Jason, how are you doing?
Okay. I'm battling a cold right now, so I'm sorry if I sound weird. And right before we started, I turned on my laptop and it didn't work. So I think I found out that it's the RAM, so I got to replace the RAM. So it's going to cost some money. Right. And on a good note, I just installed this guy, so I'm going to be playing this tonight. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So we'll play that for, I don't know, a couple hours after this, and hopefully dry up my tears of sadness and sickness. Yeah. So if I randomly go like off camera, I'm probably blowing my nose. So that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yes.
John, how about you? What's going on?
I just wanted to point out that I got a brand new controller for the PlayStation.
Oh.
I will not disclose how my other one got broken. I cannot confirm or deny whether I threw it. Anyway, this is the new color. Check this out.
Oh, that one's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the orange and blue.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's actually called a new color, I think, on the case. Yeah. But yeah, it's real nice.
Well, that's blatant false advertising because orange and blue have been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in that ratio with that amount of on each, like, you know what I mean? It's pretty measured out. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I need to replace, I think, both of my controllers. So, well, or at least fix. So this is the analog stick on one. You can see it's like pretty busted there with the plastic like peeling off.
Yeah.
And then on the other one, this right bumper gets stuck all the time.
So, you know, if we're talking about controllers, I think the only controller I've ever played so much that it was damaged was my old GameCube controller, and it was probably because of Smash. And like the B button never worked, but like every other controller has been okay. It's only that one.
This is the worst part.
My tried and true red one.
Oh, here we go. We got it's like.
Oh no!
Oh man, it's like a complete clean off.
Oh, what is that? What did you do, John?
That's my power skating finger.
Sure.
You should see his thumb. His thumb's worn down too.
It's like twice the size of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember buying third-party controllers for the Super Nintendo that had the turbo settings, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to play turbo. And then it would just do the press pause really fast trick, and then like a week later it was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I try and avoid third-party controllers as much as possible.
Yeah, I remember we had not the Advantage, like the control stick for the Super Nintendo. We had like a knockoff one, and it had a turbo button.
Okay.
And I remember it was only really cool for beating the little mini games in Mortal Kombat where you have to like break the diamond.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to like hit the buttons really fast. You can set it, and you can actually do it. And I felt like that was the only way you could ever do that. No like human could actually do that.
I actually remember a story about the origin of the first turbo controller. And the guy who designed it, he had this like world record of being able to hit buttons like faster than anybody in the world. And when he designed it, like it was like 16 times a second or something. And when he designed the turbo controller, he intentionally made it 15 times a second so he would still be faster.
Wow.
That's actually pretty good.
Sure. He was afraid.
Yeah.
The kid's like, he's like, yeah, look at this, I'm the fastest. He's like, are you, kid? Check this out.
Yeah, really. You're cheating.
Faster.
And his controller looks like yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Rubberless.
Just rubberless.
Oh man. All right, we should probably talk about like actual video games. Let's start with John. What are you playing?
Okay, so I've been playing a lot of Red Dead 2. I know. It's I guess a lot of people are playing Red Dead 2, obviously. I don't know if I'm maybe the only guy that thinks this, but I'm a little sort of Oh, it's slow.
Oh yes, give me the hot
really?
takes. Let's go,
Dude. Absolutely.
Oh, it's so slow. Like I feel like I've been playing it for like, I don't know, 20 hours, and I don't know, maybe I've done maybe 6 missions or something. I've bounty hunted. It's so slow.
huh?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not into it far enough, but it's I don't find it very hard to put down. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Aw.
That's quite the hot take.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It really is, though. I would agree. It's one of those things where it's got kind of a Witcher feel to it, where there's so much to do. Except in The Witcher, you could get to places a lot faster and you could do things a lot more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But this feels like it's got all of that sort of variety and all the things to do, but it takes you, 15 minutes to go between objectives. And it's crazy because you want to do all this stuff, and there's so much to do, and there's all these places to see and missions to do, but man, holy cow, it's so long, and it takes forever, and you talk for all the time, and you ride the horse, and it's so slow. Anyway,
you can time it with the gallop thing, but then most of the time you're tapping. You're not even sure if it's working. I don't know if I'm catching up to somebody, if I'm still going at the same speed. I don't know. It's slow. It's kind of frustrating. I've been eaten by a bear once. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I still like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I just, it's slow.
Maybe it's like too much realism or something like that.
Yeah, it's really weird, just in the fact that like it's exactly what you're saying, John. It's like it's so slow, and really, like, if this was any other game, I would just not play it.
Exactly.
But I'm so fascinated by it, and I want to play it all the time, and I can't explain it because there's not like a lot that I like about it, but I like everything about it. If that makes any sense.
Huh.
Well,
I don't know. It's so strange.
Just about to happen.
Right?
Like, and then heaven forbid you make the mistake of shaving your hair and beard off in the first like 10 minutes of the game.
What does that do?
Yeah, what does that do?
Well, you kind of look like Hugh Jackman from Les Mis, right? Like you're just kind of just scalped, and then if you get your beard, so then I'm like, no problem. I'll just grow it back. There's got to be a setting, right? You could probably just change it back, and no, there's no setting. And so I said to Matt, I'm like, how do you grow your hair or beard? You got to buy tonics. I'm like, okay, great. So I go to the corner store. I'm buying all these hair tonics. I'm taking them. So my hair's slowly growing back out now, but it was wicked long. I had a nice beard, and I accidentally shaved it all off. So don't do that, because it takes a heck of a long time to get your hair and your beard back.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I'm on chapter 3, and my beard still isn't at full length, and I drink tonics like pop.
Oh my God.
That's all I do is smoke cigarettes and drink tonic.
Like, by all accounts, my guy should be dead. Like, I don't sleep, I don't eat. All I do is smoke cigars and drink whiskey.
There is a weight system, like a weight and health system in the game too. If you don't eat properly, you'll get too thin. If you overeat, you'll get fat.
Yeah, but there's no penalty. There's only like very little penalty towards it, and all you get is either underweight or overweight, and that's it. It's not like Grand Theft Auto where you get fat.
No.
There's just certain penalties. So you're faster and more agile when you're underweight, but you take more damage, and then vice versa when you're overweight. But I mean, I've gone like weeks without eating, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah, exactly. I feed everything I have to my horse, and he still runs head first into trees and knocks himself unconscious.
I know, because the horse is so dumb.
It's like all I do is take care of him. I brush him. I get his saddle all nice. He's always clean. I feed him oat cakes and all kinds of fun stuff, and he still runs head first into trees. I kill him 99% of the time.
Hey, spoilers though, John. It's you running him head first into trees. Just saying that.
No, it's probably the controller. It's the one without the rubber.
Oh, because the thumbstick's all worn out.
Yeah,
you're probably right. Yeah,
but he still loves me. I still get that little horse face every time I pat him on his neck.
You sound so passionately like in love with the game, yet everything you're saying is like negative.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's just so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to be a part of that world. but I just don't want to play in that world. I just want to be in that world. Anyway.
Oh man, based on this description, Red Dead is a game about growing your hair back and riding a horse and getting eaten by a bear. But what are you actually trying to do?
Well, right now, aside from trying to grow my hair and beard back, I am also currently in the employ of a man in my camp and looking for bounties all over the place. And they are ridiculously easy as well. Like I don't know, it's very under rewarding for the amount of effort you have to put into it so far.
And the best part is that you're doing it in Wild West dollars. So like you'll rob an entire train and get like $3.50.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I killed a family of people and I got a gold pocket watch, a wedding ring, and 95 cents.
Yeah. And they were saving. They were saving up for something big.
They were
on their way to on stuff.
Oh my god.
It's crazy, man.
But the cool part is you can shoot off hats and collect and like keep changing your hat from people that you meet. Wow. Or you can just, once you kill them, you can take their hat. But the fun part is trying to like using your bow and arrow and trying to like, you know, pick their hat off and they take off and you just pick up their hat.
I don't know if you do this, John, but when I duel people, I shoot the gun out of their hand and then I shoot the hat off their head just to add insult to injury.
I've never dueled anybody.
Sorry, Jason, I cut you off. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I have not played this game, but I've read multiple reviews, and no one has talked about what you two are talking about, so this is great.
It's really weird. Like the reviews for this game have been phenomenal. I think it has like a 97 on Metacritic. But then like the game got out in the wild, and I feel like there's definitely some backlash to the game. There are definitely people who enjoy it for what it offers, but I hear a lot like, oh man, the game's really slow. The controls are clunky. I just wanted to say hi to a guy and accidentally shot him instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've done that.
And I just like curious,
accidentally.
like, I mean, not saying that the game is bad. Like, I have no idea if it's good or bad, but I feel like there are enough criticisms here where I think like, is this really a 97? I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that'd
be worth it.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm on chapter 3 and things are starting to kind of unfold.
Okay.
But I mean, I think that these 97s, 98s, these perfect scores, they're being given based almost entirely on the open world aspect of it. Like this world is unreal. It is so vast and so deep, and there's so much to do, and everything is alive, and there's animals everywhere, and you can talk to every single person you meet. You can go into practically every building, and I mean, it's a huge, huge world, and I think that that's likely where these scores are coming from. And I think that because it's such a big world, that is why people say it's so slow, because there's no. I mean, there is fast travel, but it's not really fast travel.
Yeah, you take a train,
and then everything else, or you can unlock it at your coach in your camp, in your bedroll or whatever it is. You go up to this map and you can choose it, but the quote unquote fast travel from your camp takes over a minute. So I don't know. I mean, I do see it, and like, Jad, I know I messaged you guys earlier about the band playing. You can actually go and see this show. There's a town in the game called Saint Denis, and you can go to the theater and watch a show, and it's a whole bunch of things. And one of the things is a band, and they play this song, and this girl's singing, but the drummer is in the background. And he's drumming to the song, and I swear to God, he's hitting every single beat. I'm watching him. I was watching him. I walked as close as I could to the stage. And every snare hit, and I'm a drummer, like every snare hit is perfect.
That's really cool.
They don't even do that on shows, right, Chad?
Yeah.
So,
it's crazy.
But yeah, I keep wanting to play it. So every time I get on, I keep wanting to play it. So they're doing something right.
I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a sucker for punishment or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I hope you guys get more fun out of it as you progress.
I think so.
Yeah. Based on what I'm hearing, though, I don't think I'll be joining you on this quest, but I wish you the best. I'll wait for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
I really want the game, so I had to pass on it, but we'll see.
It would have been nice to have some sort of co-op or something that you could do with it, where you could partner with another friend and go around and do some of the missions, or I don't know, a little more, so it's not just you solo by yourself. I don't know. I thought it would be nice, but I guess the multiplayer is also something.
You mean you want a really big open world game that would be really good at single player, but you could also play multiplayer like Fallout 76?
What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested to hear your take on that once you've played a bit of it.
I know. I played the beta, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Actually, let's jump to Jason. I'm gonna skip the order here just because that seems like a perfect transition point. Jason, what are you playing?
Sorry. Sorry, you kind of cut out. Are you on me now?
Yeah, we're on now.
Yeah, I have really only been playing games here and there, but I did the entire demo or beta for Fallout 76.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more than one population. So it was cool. I think overall, like, okay, wait, so first off, background. Like, I really like Fallout, the whole universe. I've played every game in the series, like all the PC ones, the Tactics spinoff, like everything. And they're all great. And this game feels very, very similar to Fallout 4, if you've played that one, which isn't a bad thing. I think Fallout 4 was really good. I think it was divisive for a lot of people. It was solid for what it did. And it's pretty cool. It's kind of neat to open up the map and see little dots here and there of people on the map that are actually other players, and you can go see them, do whatever you want with them, like quest or kill them or just be around them and dick around. But it's kind of neat. So have you guys played the other Fallouts or not?
Yeah.
Not to completion, but I have played some of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I beat everyone I beat 3, I beat New Vegas, I beat 4.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, it's really like just think of 4 or 3 really, but 4 more likely, and just imagine putting more people in there with a world that's similar but bigger, and it's the same thing. And I was hoping they would do some cool stuff, and so in the beta, which was actually pretty much the full game, I'm sure they're just going to make tweaks here and there, but there were some cool things. Like I think in the advertising for the game, they said that there was each world like has a couple dozen, like maybe 20, 24 people in it. And each world has a few nuke silos that you can use to like shoot off. And then once they shoot off and change the world, like they're pretty much done. So you kind of have that world, kind of like a world effect. But one of my friends at work said that he and 2 friends went to a nuclear power plant because they wanted to go get another radiation suit to go to like the south of the map, which is all radiated, and they do the suit. So his previous friend was in there. And he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go. We'll walk in there. We'll get the suits and we'll leave." And so they walked in, and then they all immediately started dying from like radiation poisoning. And they're like, "Oh, that's weird. Maybe it's a glitch." So they left, went back in, and they were all like dying again. They're like, "No, this is something." So their friend with the suit went back into the radioactive plants and noticed when he went up to the very top of the power plant that the radiator or the reactor was turned on, and so it was turned on and left on by like another player in the world. And so when that player left, like everyone else that went into that power plant, it was turned on. So the radiation was like off the. And so I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And so. Yeah, it was neat. And so I ran into something that I don't know if it'll do something similar, but it was a bridge, like 2 pieces of the bridge, and at the end of one of them was a room that I went into because I could pick the lock. And someone said like, "Oh, to get my treasure, you have to find my key." And when I went to the other end of the bridge, it was the door that said you needed person X's key. And so it made me wonder, like, I wonder if I take that key, will I be the only one that has that key? And like, because like you could kill me as a character and like steal the key off my body, but I don't know. And so it just made me think like if that was the world they made, that would be kind of cool, and that would make Fallout or really anything like a Skyrim or a Red Dead that had multiplayer. That would make it seem neat that there were those big world effects. So I'm hoping that the game has more stuff like that, and I think that'll make up for the lack of other human NPCs that give out quests. If you can really kind of mess around with one another and kind of change that world. So here's hoping that it's good. Even if it is just like Fallout 4.5, I'll still love it, but hopefully it is a fleshed out, brand new, totally cool experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looking forward to hearing your full impressions on the final game now that you have it in your hands and you've just finished installing it.
Yeah, it took like 2.5 hours.
To install it? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, it was really weird because like the beta was the full game, but then to play the game, you have to download the entire game again, so it's another like 60 gigs. Yeah, so it's weird. Let's see. Oh, that did remind me. In a little video, it showed me there was a picture of one of the monsters. I ran into a funny little glitch when I was playing. That there was like there was a monster kind of down below in a cliff, and like I was like above the cliff. So he kind of chased me, and I ran around. So he was like below me, and then he never really moved anymore. So I just kept like shooting him, and he kept trying to like attack me, but like he couldn't realize that I was too high, and all he had to do was walk like 4 feet to the left, and he would have gotten me. So I hope they fix that. But it was just kind of funny because like I killed this, like I'm like level 6, and this monster is like I think 20, and so like I was able to down him and got like really sweet loot. But I don't know. I kind of hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Or do you?
Or yeah, I know, right? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Bethesda games are fascinating in that they build their worlds so big. The scope of their games is so large that it. Oh. Uh oh. Hold on. Let's see if we can get the whole gang back here.
Hello?
Hello?
Is he there?
I don't know.
I see
Jet Silhouette.
Silhouette.
Yeah.
The Jet
Silhouette.
All your names got flipped around. Can I... Hold on.
That's weird.
Yeah, so you guys are all back, but now I have to... Jason Discord. John Discord. Yeah, my browser crashed. So
weird.
let's flip these around. This is what happens. We're doing it live.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Doing it live.
Jason, John. There we go.
Wasn't that a thing? Like some guy on the news or something? We're doing it
Bill
live, damn it.
Yeah, wasn't that Bill O'Reilly?
Bill O'Reilly, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
He's
Got some kind of papers like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
What were we talking about again? Oh man, you were something Fallout 76.
I talked about my glitch, and then...
Oh yes. Oh yeah, the scope of Bethesda games are just so large that the likelihood of their games breaking in all sorts of ways is just kind of inevitable.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I mean, how are you gonna code that and program for that? So, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt and just know that people are trying their best, and then you can always just reload and do it again. So, whatever, it's a game. I'm there to have fun. I still have fun. Can't argue with that.
All right. Let's go over to Matt. What are you playing? Besides...
So you guys know I'm playing Red Dead. We had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the other game I'm playing, and I say this, oh man. Okay, so I've been playing Call of Duty, and my wife, Liza, I think we talked about this on previous Bosscast, or Boss Rush, is completely and utterly, and John's laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about, completely and utterly addicted to this game. So, yeah, she's been bit hard. And so before we were just playing split screen on my PS4, I actually scored a ridiculous deal on Let Go, which is like you guys have that in the States too, right? Let Go?
Yeah. I was on there today.
Yeah. So I got her just a regular like fat PS4 500 gig with 2 controllers and 4 games, including Madden 19 for $200.
Whoa.
For the entire thing.
Wow.
Canadian. So that's like
that's great.
That's like $60 American, right, Jason?
Yeah. Wow. Not quite, but sure.
So anyway, so now she has her own PlayStation, and that has made things worse because now she wants to play it all the time, and I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great. But like she can down like 4 hours on Call of Duty without blinking.
Wow.
And we get home at night, it's like, so what do you want to do? You want to play Call of Duty? I'm like, yeah, I do. Let's do it. And so, and then we have a bunch of friends also to play. So like our friends, Matt and Natalie, his wife plays as well. That was actually the reason she got into it. Well, one of the reasons was we were playing one night and she heard Natalie's voice. She said, "Oh, Natalie's playing?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Do you think I could play?" And then I said, "Yeah." And then that was how it started.
And then the downhill slide started from there.
It's not downhill at all. I thoroughly enjoy playing with her. And she's actually, I don't know if Eric was part of the live stream. He was kind of commenting while we were playing when we were doing the Extra Life stream jet.
Yep.
He was the one that said that John was not that good at hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Which
oh,
is
that one.
you know,
that
arguably.
Aaron. Okay.
Yeah, that guy. And so he plays with us as well. And I just want to put this out there that Liza is now a higher level in Call of Duty than Eric is.
Wow.
So up your game, Eric.
That's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. So and that's basically it. I mean, I kind of gave my opinions of the game last time. I haven't really got any deeper into the blackout mode. I don't really play it. But they have added Nuketown just recently, which is an older Call of Duty map for those people that actually know it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got that in zombies now and also in regular multiplayer. So it's a
So
fun
if you're
map.
looking to play Call of Duty and you have 13 hours and 180 gigs of disk space to spare,
Oh,
you can
man.
download the update.
Yeah, he's not
What?
kidding.
What?
There has been at least two, and there's another one right now. Natalie just actually we have like this group chat for the people that play, and she just sent messages again and said she went on, and there's another like almost hour worth of download before she could play again. Last night we jumped on, and it was like it took me almost an hour and a half to download the updates. I'm like, I have really good fast internet, and we're talking like, I don't know, like 19 gigs or something, or 20 gigs of updates.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's almost every single time I turn on the game. There's at least a little bit of an update. So, but also good news. I think they fixed the packet issues, the refresh rate for the servers, because the game feels a lot better than it did before. There was a big issue with the fact that the refresh rate was about a third of what it should have been, and it caused people to like the kills weren't registering properly. People were shooting people behind walls and still getting credits for the kills. I think they fixed that because now everything feels good. So it's back to normal, which is good.
It's like I'm still dying, but I know I deserve it now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, now I know I'm dying just because I suck, not because of the packet loss. So
glitch. No, they fixed that about 6 months ago.
Yeah. Oh, these damn packet issues. No, they fixed that. Oh,
why is this all of a sudden like? Why am I worse now?
No, Liza's better now for some reason. I don't know what it was. Because she started on the bad packets. That's the only thing she knew, right? So
yeah, she got used to it.
Now it's like she's hyper aware because everything is super accurate.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I've also John will be happy with this. I've started playing Super Mario Odyssey.
All right.
Yeah, and that is something, man. I didn't honestly, like, it was something I took with me. We went to Buffalo and I took it in the car with me. I was like, oh, I'll play it in the car, give me something to do. And I've heard really good things.
With your wife?
What do you mean?
You could just talk or listen to music.
No, because we went with her brother and everything.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just
talking. Yeah, so anyway, so I got into it, and man, I just got sucked right into it. It's just, oh man, I didn't know you could do this. Okay. I'm watching the video, and this is the first level, and now I realize that I may need to go back and find other things. So, I was really addicted to it, and it's very cool. And I haven't even played it on the TV yet. It's all been handheld.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. So, but it's cool. Yeah, it's really addictive, and the gameplay is really good, and it's a typical Mario experience.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like, this is a full-scale Mario game that looks great on the TV, but you can play it handheld, and it's exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah.
Magic of the Switch. How far have you gotten in the game?
So, obviously, spoilers, I guess. My ship has just crashed in a jungle, and I'm with a hat. My hat was stolen mercilessly by something I think that was a monkey.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
The forest level is one of my favorites. I think that has one of the best songs in the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I remember this song.
That one, yeah, it was the... Oh, man. And there's a... Oh, man, I'm not going to spoil that. If it's... Yeah. No. Just...
It's okay. Yeah.
There might be something very cool you may stumble upon by accident.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think you needed the spoiler alert tag for that, but okay.
You never know.
Never know.
That's true. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Yeah, well, Mario Odyssey is fantastic. Like, you've still got a ways to go. You got to get to New Donk City. You got to see how the game ends. Like,
yeah.
So
I don't know if I'm prepared for New Donk City because I don't know if I'm prepared to see real people in a Mario game.
It's weird.
It's going to throw me off.
It's cool. You're ready. Don't worry.
You're ready. Trust me.
That's a great level too.
Your body is ready. Yeah, that one was fun. I had a lot of fun running around that one.
Yeah.
That with the rain looked so incredible. Like that whole nighttime with the it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're in for a treat, Maddie.
I love how they make it super hyper realistic and then call it New Donk City.
Yeah.
From Donkey Kong.
I get it, but
thanks,
John.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, so thanks for clearing it up.
Yeah.
That's great.
You guys.
Guess while we're here, rest in peace to the inspiration for the name Mario. Mario, is it Segali? The landlord.
Like
yeah, the landlord of Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
is named after. Passed away. I think it was like a week or so ago.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, but he was really
cool though. Good story. No, like a good story. Like that's how he was named. Like that's cool.
They were because he was originally Jumpman, and I think he came by the office, was like, I need the rent guys, and they're like, hey, why don't we name it after this guy?
Yeah,
in lieu of rent.
Yeah.
Is he getting royalties for that? I bet not.
Apparently he was not.
Yeah.
But he was well off.
They couldn't really pitch it.
He was like a real estate.
Well, he was a landlord.
Yeah.
He probably had enough money.
And they couldn't really pitch it to him like, we'll name you after, or we'll name the most iconic video game character or one of the most iconic video game characters in history for you at that point. So
sure, give me my money.
Yeah. Where's my money, Brian? Like Family Guy.
Secrets. All right. Anything else, Matt? Or that's
nope.
all you got? Okay.
That is literally all I can handle.
Okay. I've been playing a couple games, and one of them, the game of the forever. This is Tetris Effect, which came out on Friday. I will admit, I did not have plans to buy this game at all. I thought, one, it's a VR game, and I don't have VR, so what's the point? And two, it's Tetris, and it's not cheap Tetris. Like, it is $40 US, $50 Canadian. I'm like, I love Tetris. I own so many copies of it, and it's like, do I really need like pretty looking and pretty sounding Tetris for $50?
Yes.
And then the reviews came out, and right now it has a higher Metacritic score than Spider-Man. And not to say that Tetris is better than Spider-Man, but it pretty much came out like this is like one of the best, if not the best version of Tetris out there. And so I thought about it, and I realized I had credit on my EB card, on my Edge card, so cash that in. And this game has like completely destroyed my life. It is such a trip, like, because like it's really easy to be dismissive of like it's just Tetris with prettier graphics. Like, you don't need a VR headset to play it, but then like you really get into it, the graphics, like really the combination of the graphics and the music just really give you this sensation of like euphoria and synesthesia, and you just really zone out into it. Like, Tetris is a game you can already zone out to begin with, and like this just like cranks it up to 11. It's got a wonderful soundtrack. It looks amazing. The main journey mode, it's short. You can beat it in under 2 hours, like if you don't die at all. But I've seen a lot of people have issues with the game's difficulty, so it might take a little longer. And then like after you do that, you go on the leaderboards, and then you're trying to like see how high you can score across like a 30 level campaign.
Wow.
Yeah.
On a side note, you are really good at Tetris.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, except for that move.
I mean, you messed up right
there.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. The other night I decided like I'm just gonna try this endless marathon where you just keep playing until you lose. And I went for over 2 hours, and I scored over 2,300 lines, and I'm top 50 in the world in that mode right now. So
okay,
yeah, I think I'm okay at Tetris.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I beat both the normal and expert mode without dying once, but not to say that that's the experience that most people will have, because the weird thing about Tetris, like Tetris Effect's Journey mode in particular, is that the speed is not gradually going up. It depends on the level, and it depends on like the line threshold. So like on level X, you might hit line 10, and then all of a sudden it just cranks to max speed, and then you score 10 more lines, and it slows back down again.
Wow.
So
that causes heart attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm like watching you play and just
me too. I'm so mesmerized by it.
Sweating.
Yeah, this level in particular. So this is the mystery mode, where it's one of the side modes. The game has a ton of side modes, and it throws like a bunch of wacky stuff at you along the way. And this level in particular is a secret level that it only unlocks on weekends, and or you have to get to level 50. Right now I'm level 30, so I've got a ways to go before I can unlock this level permanently.
Hold on, you're like King Tetris and you're only at level 30?
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
Working on it.
Yeah.
The
Us normies don't stand a chance.
The song that goes with this game is this level is nuts. It's a remix of the original Tetris Game Boy Type A that just like kicks it, like transforms immediately into like 2018 EDM, and it's just fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, I was actually going to say earlier, I watched your stream. I don't know what mode it was happening, but everything was kind of bluish, and there was like a kind of like angelic female voice singing, and I was like, this is nice. Like,
yeah,
I could just listen to this the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm not playing the game, I just have the soundtrack on repeat.
Yeah.
Non-stop. And like the big knock on Tetris Effect is that it does not have any sort of multiplayer in it. It is a solo experience, and I get it in a way, because like this whole game is about like a vibe and just completely being absorbed in the game, and having competitive multiplayer is kind of antithetical to the ethos of what Tetris Effect is trying to do. But at the same time, like, you can go and buy Tetris on a modern platform for a lot cheaper that has more features. Like, you can buy Puyo Puyo Tetris right now for $20 cheaper that has more modes, competitive multiplayer, and a whole other puzzle game on top of it.
Yeah.
But
this is so pretty.
Yeah, this game looks amazing. It sounds amazing, and it does change the context of how you play Tetris, and for that, I really enjoy it.
Does it have that original, like a classic version that you could play for, like, if your mom wants to play? Because I love Tetris. I played that when I was younger, and you want to make her happy.
Oh yes, so you can tone down the special effects. You can play this mode. Like, I guess the song is still going to kick into techno, but like you can.
Oh, that's fine.
You can tone down the like stuff flashing in your face and all of that type of stuff.
No, I meant more just like, because you know how these ones are dropping gigantic blocks.
Yes, it does have regular Tetris in it as well. This is like a super wacky side mode.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you're doing so well in this that when you make that one error, it's so glaring.
Yeah.
It's literally like mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, they should do retreats where you just watch Jet play Tetris for like 2 hours with like a hot cloth on your forehead or something.
If you go into the Twitch archives, there's at least like 3 hours of me playing Tetris and not losing. So you just,
jeez,
yeah, you just get like your full high off of that.
Well, I know what I'm going to sleep to tonight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, really.
We should change it so we stop looking at this game.
Yeah, if you've got VR, like you probably should try this out. Yeah, Randy says it looks amazing in VR. I haven't had a chance to try it, but everyone has told me like it's incredible in VR. If you
don't have VR?
No, I don't. I have tried it.
Bring mine over. It's not exactly portable, but we can try it.
Or I can go by your place and we'll do that next time.
Or come by. Yeah.
Yeah. I like, if you are a big time Tetris fan, like, absolutely do it now. You should have done it yesterday. If you really like the multiplayer part, that's where this is gonna be. I don't know if it's worth it for that particular player looking for that type of experience, because this is not it. It's different. I think it's amazing, and for me, it's totally worth the money. But I understand that for some, like it's too much for what it offers.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The other.
Oh, it's so much fun though. It just looks so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The other game I've been playing. This is the game I've been playing on the train. It's no, not Tetris again.
Tetris, surprise!
No. I've been playing this indie game called Into the Breach.
Into the Breach.
I don't know. Have you guys played this one at all?
No, but I've seen it. I've been watching reviews on it too.
Oh man, it's so like the appeal to me was like it looks like Advance Wars, and I miss Advance Wars. Let's play more Advance Wars, and this is different, but I think it ends up being way better than. I don't know if this is blasphemous. I think it's way better than Advance Wars ever was.
Wow.
I think they modernized it in some really cool ways. So for one, there's only 3 units at a time. Like the whole context of the game is like you're playing across multiple timelines, and you can beat a timeline in like an hour or 2 hours. You're managing only 3 units, and each level is like 5 turns max. And so what you're you're just trying to beat each level within those 5 turns. But like there's more stakes on the line, because besides like trying to protect your guys, there's permadeath in the game, so your pilot's gone, like they're just gone. You will still have the unit, but then it's just like a robot driving it, and they don't have like the same power-ups, because characters in this level up and get new abilities as they go. Other ways you can die besides everyone dying in a level is you have to protect the buildings. So if the buildings get knocked too many times, it's game over. And so like you're gonna constantly run into situations of like, I'm either gonna get hit or this building's gonna get hit. Like, what do I do? And then on top of that, like there are power-ups that drop in certain levels, and it's like, oh, now I have to like protect these buildings, plus protect myself, plus try and get that one power-up that spawned in the beginning of the level, plus some other objective on top. Like sometimes there's a level that has like a train going across, and you have to protect that as well. And so, yeah, within that, like, 5 to 10 minute skirmish, there's so much to, like, weigh out. And...
sounds cool.
Yeah, from there, like...
looks like fun.
When you die, like, inevitably you're going to die. It ends up becoming, like, a roguelike, where you can then send one of your pilots back to the beginning of the game, and then, like, run it again, except you have, like, you can pick different units. So there's, like, different types of mechs, different types of... teams, and you can unlock different teams, and then you can customize, so you can make your own teams, and the levels are all randomized, so you could play this game forever if you wanted to.
Now, can you name your characters like an XCOM kind of thing?
I think you can, actually. I've left it default, but I think you can name them.
You should have the Boss Rush crew in there, Jet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, there's only 3.
That's okay. I'll run it with 3, and hopefully keep all of you alive.
Yeah, he'll be our CEO. He's gonna kill us all immediately.
Yep.
Also, point of order: I don't dislike indie games. I'm a little sad there.
No, you made it very clear how you feel about indie games.
Yeah,
Jason.
Very clear.
Okay, sure. Is this one a Switch exclusive, or is it on everything?
It's on PC as well. I don't know if it's on PS4 or Xbox. Oh. The guys are gone again. Hold on. Let me bring everybody back.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
you guys all spawned in the same order. Great.
Another browser crash.
Yeah. I'll have to figure something out.
Yeah,
So for those watching, we're using Discord for the first time because for some reason virtual cam on OBS didn't work. And now we are running into some weird quirks with the browser crashing and other stuff like that, but also the sound is a lot better. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And you got it back up and running really quick. So
yeah, I just have to hit refresh. And so, yeah, Into the Breach is a fantastic game. I have no real criticisms of it. If you have any interest in playing something like an Advance Wars, like absolutely pick this up. And even if you don't, and you've just heard good things about like turn-based strategy games, this is a good one to start with.
It looks pretty cool. I might give it a try.
Yeah, and it's pretty cheap too. I think in Canada it's under $20. So, Oh, I see him, John going. All right, that's gonna be it for at least the games we've been playing. But next up, not a game show, not just yet. Oh man, we are running long. We'll see how you guys are feeling after we do this next segment. But for now, let's talk. Oh, not talking about Mega Man. We're talking about the 2018
about Mega
Man. Jason, have you finished Mega Man 11 by chance?
I have not played Mega Man 11.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry to.
I would love to. No, it's okay.
Okay. What were we talking about? Game of the year. That was it. So, of course, Jeff Keighley hosts this show called the Game Awards, which has kind of become the gaming equivalent of the Oscars. And they announced the nominees on, I think it was Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it perfectly timed out that, hey, we can actually talk about something relevant on the show, because usually it doesn't really time out for us. So I thought it'd be great if we go through some of the game categories here and just discuss the picks and what we think is going to win. So right off the top, we've got Game of the Year. Nominated right now is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Apparently Celeste is fantastic.
Yeah, Jet liked it.
I am so madly in love with Celeste.
Hey, watch it. Don't say that too loud.
Oh, yeah. I am in love with the video game Celeste.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't crop that in Twitter. Yeah, don't clip that and at the thing.
Heard
I'm gonna
the
get
knives rattling in the kitchen.
Yeah, that game, when we do our Game of the Year show, either at the end of December, at the beginning of January, that may be in the conversation. But yes, Celeste is great.
On that list of go on.
No, please go ahead.
On that list of games, I have only played one of them, so I can only speak about Monster Hunter World, and I can just assume from my own experience that game will not win Game of the Year, but I think it was good. Also, seeing the list makes me realize I don't actually know what came out on a Nintendo console that would actually be a good Game of the Year, so it's kind of fitting that it's not there. I guess it would probably be Smash, it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, that list of games looks absolutely amazing. Just wish, had the money and time to play all of them.
I don't. Say for Monster Hunter, it's very single player heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All of them, really.
Yeah.
From playing Red Dead 2, obviously we've talked about it, but I think, as weird as this sounds, I think my favorite might have been Spider-Man if I had have played it. Because all the things I've read about it are fantastic, and it's right up my alley. And I think that would be my number one game. It looks right up like what I would be wanting to play right now.
Huh. That is an interesting way of picking Game of the Year, of like the game that had I played it.
Yeah.
That's my had I played it pick.
I mean, like, going off the same idea.
That might be the first time.
Yeah, having really played none of those, like, of all the games that are on that list that I really would want to play, if I had to pick one, I would probably also pick Spider-Man. But I mean, I love Spider-Man, but like that looks like the game I'd want.
So, I'll chime in. I have not played Celeste, and I feel like that's a miss on my part from everything Jet has said about it. But I have played a bit of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I beat God of War. I beat Spider-Man and all the DLC, and I'm like probably 35 hours into Red Dead. And I will say, hands down,
the most definitive voice
Spider-Man
here.
Spider-Man's my Game of the Year.
Wow. Really nice.
Oh man, you just blowing it for our show Game of the Year special. We were supposed to reveal our personal game.
I know.
Maybe your mind will change.
Yeah,
it's true. I haven't beat Red Dead yet, so who knows? It could blow me out of the water in the last few chapters. But with Spider-Man, I found that I loved that game. I loved going back in, and I loved playing as Peter Parker. Like, I loved playing as Spider-Man. I loved swinging around, and I liked the fighting mechanics. And I enjoyed pretty much every part of that game. And then as soon as the DLC came out, I had that, and I played that. Like, the first day it came out, I played it all the way through. And then I realized, like, holy cow, I haven't played this game in probably, I don't know, a month, and I missed it. Like, I actually missed playing that game. Then the DLC came out, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm back in, brand new story, like new content. And there's still 2 more DLCs to come out in that package. So just in terms of the game that I feel like I had the most fun with, I feel like that I, got the most out of, I would say, yeah, Spider-Man's my game of the year.
Okay. I enjoy Spider-Man. I've been trying to beat it for the last 2 months. Just all sorts of life stuff and Tetris stuff has gotten in the way, but I'm almost done. I've been reading a IGN walkthrough just to see like the titles and see how far down the list I am. I'm about 80% of the way through, and that game is like I echo all of Matt's sentiments on there. But the one game we haven't really talked about that I know at least multiples of us have played that no one's mentioned yet, God of War is fantastic. That game
so good.
Is such a huge blockbuster of a game in terms of its graphics, its presentation, but then it also has an incredible story that really caught me off guard. I just the whole daddy issues side of it, and it's so well done, and it made Kratos a very real and sympathetic character in a way that I didn't think was possible leading up to this point. And
it should be game of the year just for that. for making Kratos a human being with feelings.
Yeah,
quite
possibly. If I were to try and put my judge's cap on, like, of these games that are here, I think God of War wins it.
Yeah.
Like Red Dead, the reviews I think scored higher than God of War, but I feel like people are talking more mess about Red Dead than they did about God of War post-launch.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't remember hearing anything negative about God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Spider-Man, I think that is a great game, and I totally respect people who do pick that as their game of the year. I can kind of see why it wouldn't necessarily, why other people would pick other games over top of that one. But no shame in Spider-Man. Red Dead, I think of these, the only one I would maybe be mad at winning is Red Dead, but only because I've heard the things I've heard criticized about it are things that just would really grind my gears as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah, my only comparison. Go ahead, Jet. Go ahead, man.
No, I think it kind of makes the list a good list when there's so many games you're like, oh, this could win, but this could win. So I think that's nice. So kudos to them. And I mean, we haven't really talked about Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, are we sleeping on that one?
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since I think Brotherhood. But I mean, when Odyssey came out, that's the first game that really came out in that series where I'm like, wow, I really want to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so kudos to them for coming full circle and finally making it a game that is probably what the fans actually wanted. So that's really cool. Great list, great year to sum up.
All right, let's move on. The best ongoing game. We've got as nominated Destiny 2, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So Jason, I know you are a big Overwatch fan. Do you think Overwatch has any chance of winning this award?
Not a chance. I think that if you had to pick a year Overwatch did the best, it would not be 2018. I think this is probably the worst year for Overwatch. But mainly it's because I think a lot of focus from the developers was on Overwatch League, which was fun and cool. And it didn't take away from the game. It's just that the game stayed kind of stagnant, which isn't bad. It's good to stay stagnant when you're amazing. But I mean, when you look at the things that the other ones did, I actually don't know that much about Rainbow Six Siege, but all the other ones really excelled and made their games great. I think a really good example is Fortnite. I mean, that game is huge. It's freaking everywhere. So, it's for sure a great ongoing game. But I mean, I think if I was going to pick a game that really, I don't know, exemplified what it's like to buy a game as a service and get something really great for it, I would have to say No Man's Sky wins, because that game just absolutely changed what it was, and it's so much better than when it started. And I think that's what you want from a game that you're going to buy and play for years and years to come. It's not just DLC packs like Spider-Man, then it's over. It's a game that evolves with the people that play it and becomes something that's greater than just its base. So I think that's why like No Man's Sky is a good example of a really good ongoing.
Okay.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I think in terms of evolution, if you look at what No Man's Sky started as and the backlash it got, and the fact that it is, like you said, almost entirely changed its like complete whole direction. You have, you can build now. You can do multiplayer. You can explore together. You can, there's a story mode. All the stuff that they'd promised initially. If you look at it from that perspective, I absolutely think you're right. I think No Man's Sky should win it.
Wow.
I don't know if it's gonna win it. I just think that's a good choice.
Well, yeah, sorry, exactly. I think it's Fortnite's pretty much.
I was gonna say,
I
got it in the bag.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think if you look at it from that perspective, I don't think any game has evolved as much as No Man's Sky.
Yeah, for sure.
The story I've heard on Rainbow Six is that game launched really poorly, and Ubisoft worked really hard to fix it, and now it's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've never played it.
Neither have I.
Never played it.
Yeah. Destiny 2, I downloaded it. I never did get around to playing it.
I
PlayStation
did.
Plus.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's fun. I've never had a bad time playing Destiny or it's fun. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
It doesn't suck me in where I want to play it all the time, but when I get on there and play it, I have a blast.
All right. Best game direction. I wish they had a blurb here to explain what they mean by game direction. But the games that are here are A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Maybe they're trying to go for like not like best story, but like best way of the game story and I don't know, character come out at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, like what game resembles a movie the most almost?
Yeah, I don't know. Which one is A Way Out?
That's the prison game where you play it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
the co-op one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That game sold really well, and I've heard great things about it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the list purely based on length of the game and the amount of sort of spider webbing stories. No, sorry. Actually, that's funny that I said that because I was not alluding to Spider-Man at all. I was alluding to Red Dead. But just keeping track of everything, I don't know if they're talking specifically about directing the game. I mean, I think Red Dead's got to take it. It's so big and so complex. I think God of War had a fantastic story, and I think it flowed really well.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of just keeping everything straight, if that's what direction indeed means, I think Red Dead's got to take it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I would then say God of War should take best game direction because that game had one camera for the whole game and no cuts.
That's a good point. Oh man, I totally forgot that it was one camera.
The entire game.
Wow, yeah.
Really? You mean there's like no cuts the entire time?
No, there's no camera cuts. It's just one camera following you the entire game.
That's crazy. It's the first time I've ever heard of that. The game came out in like April.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. What's next?
Best narrative. Detroit Become Human, God of War, Life is Strange 2 Episode 1, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead. I have not played Life is Strange 2 Episode 1, but I question its validity in this list only in that's a fifth or a quarter of a game. How is that in there with these other ones?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, true. I mean, like, I feel like just from knowing what those games are, the winner should probably be Detroit Become Human, because isn't that what the entire game is? It's just basically a story. So, like, I mean, having not played it, like, I don't really know how good it's going to be, but, like, I'm intrigued. But then again, you guys are both saying how great God of War is, and because of the story, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much. I don't know how much of. I mean, obviously, a lot of the fact that people think the story is great for God of War is because of that history. I'm assuming a lot of the people have played the other games, and there's that. You're already sort of hooked on these characters and on his characters. So falling into the new game with a half decent story might make it great. Whereas Detroit may have a great story right off the bat, and there's no backstory whatsoever. There's no other games you've played. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird.
That's true. It does kind of make you make up your own kind of thoughts about it before you even jump in.
I've not played Detroit, so I cannot say.
I've heard nothing but good things about Detroit.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I will say I do really enjoy the narrative of Spider-Man. I think the thing that, like, when I've been playing it and trying to write a review to it is, like, I constantly compare it to Batman in my head. And one of the things I really like is that it's not, like, Batman in multiple games now has been like, everything happens in one night, go, 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 everything's bad. Marvel Spider-Man has, like, a much more natural flow. It takes place over the course of, like, at least a few days, and it gives you time to breathe all the time, like, in a way that makes sense for the Spider-Man universe, where you're not always Spider-Man just webbing people up all the time. You're Peter Parker. You're helping out at the homeless shelter. There's other things that are happening besides just being
You literally stop at one point and eat a pizza on a roof.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Yeah. I'm going to do that right after this. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, see you guys.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone want to, like, I guess we should have gone up and, like, made our picks of what we think. Or maybe we do that at the end, and then someone can write these down, and then at our Game of the Year episode, we'll see what wins and what doesn't, and who got the most points. All right, we'll do that at the end.
Yes.
Best art direction: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath Traveler, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Return of Obra Dinn. I have not heard of that last one.
Never heard of that last one.
Me neither.
I feel like it's hard for Octopath to be in that category.
Why do you say that?
I just feel like everything else is such a... It's so graphically powerful, and then to have Octopath Traveler is sort of an 8... Well, I guess it's not really... Is it an 8-bit, I guess? I don't know how that would work, but anyway. Here's
the way I look at that comment. Of all of those games, the only game that I looked at and was actually surprised at what the graphics looked like was Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Mm-hmm. I think because I look at all those games too, and, like, the one that stands out as, like, that is a cool, like, art style. Yeah. So I guess
I love the art of Octopath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I just Googled Return of Obra Dinn, and, like, are you guys seeing these graphics right now? This looks nuts.
Wow.
I would love to see this game now, because, this art direction is crazy.
What?
I've never heard of this game.
I have not either. This looks like... I remember, like, a very vivid memory of working on my mom's laptop in the early 90s, and it was, like, just this black and white screen, and the only difference in the graphics was just, like, where the white and the black dots were, and this is what it looks like.
Yep. That's the same game.
Yeah.
20 years later.
Yeah, this looks cool.
Nice.
All right, and the winner is...
Yeah. Return of Obra Dinn.
Right.
Octopath who?
Yeah.
Aww.
We're going with John's tried and true method of, if we had played that game, that would probably be the one that we would pick.
If I'd have played it, I think the Return of Obra Dinn would win.
Oh my gosh. I guess realistically, like, those are all really amazing games. Like, if you clump the PS4 ones, Xbox ones together, well, I guess PS4 with God of War, like, they're all kind of similar, I guess, and they look really great, and they're stunning. And, like, I watched Jet stream of God of War, and, like, the way, like, the trees and the brush, like, sway when you walk through them, and the snow, like, that's all really amazing. But I guess, I mean, like, that's almost par for the course, like, with what you expect from a AAA game. Mm-hmm. So maybe it should be something like Octopath Traveler or Return to Obra Dinn, I guess, because they're doing something different that makes the game stand out, as opposed to a game that's just kind of looks great because it has to look great. So maybe that's worthwhile. Maybe that should be rewarded, I guess, for developers. They should get a reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Best score / music. This one's got Celeste, God of War,
Ni no Kuni,
Marvel Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni 2. I didn't buy it when it was on sale, unfortunately. Octopath Traveler and Red Dead Redemption 2.
I bought Ni no Kuni. I'm looking at it over on the stand there. I haven't even opened it yet because I can't, not yet.
Yeah, I'm still not done Spider-Man. Then after that, it's Tomb Raider. I have Pokemon coming in on hopefully tomorrow. Oh, wait, not tomorrow, Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, and then Smash. Like, I don't have time for Ni no Kuni right now. I'm guessing by the time I have like the time to play it, it'll go on sale again.
By the time when you have time to play it, I'll just let you borrow it. It'll probably be like the next couple of years.
Yeah,
just take it. There's a glaring omission on this list, though, Jet.
There's at least one.
Tetris
needs to be on this list. Oh my goodness. Like I mean, no offense to, I don't know, God of War. Like God of War, I can't even like it. That was just like orchestral stuff, and not to say that it's bad, but I can't think of anything in that game that I was like, oh man, that song was crazy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave God of War on in the background while you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
True.
See, I also think Octopath had some good songs in it too.
It did. Yeah, it's memorable.
Catchy song.
Nothing I could, sing off the top of my head, but like, the whole ambience of the game was really well done.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I mean, I think a good part with like any game, probably the reason why like God of War is on there is like if the music encapsulates the scene that you're in, like it makes it really memorable. So like, I mean, if you're thinking of music that plays when it's cold, like you have to, your mind kind of bring something up. I think that happens in Octopath. And I think from, again, watching Jet play God of War, I think it happened with God of War. So it's fitting. So I'm sure the rest of the games are all the same. But I mean, having only played Octopath, I guess I'd have to lean towards that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how the judges are going to vote on this one. I think Celeste wins this category. That soundtrack. I was listening to it because I've been listening to the Tetris one so much and thinking like, is Tetris the best soundtrack this year? I loved Celeste so much, and going back listening to Celeste, like, no, Celeste should win this. I think just like it has such a cool vibe to it, like it really meshes well with what the game's trying to do, and it also has just this really cool blend of like 8-bit synthesizers and modern acoustic instruments that I haven't really heard before. And it's just it evokes a very specific feel, and which I don't think well, I'm not gonna say they don't do, but Matt, John, what is the score and music like in Red Dead?
It's exactly what you think it's like.
Yeah.
It's Western, twangy guitar, sort of
whistles.
ambient. Yeah.
Talking,
and then they've got drummers that are right on point. I mean, there isn't really anything that sticks out, but
it goes with the atmosphere. It changes as you walk for miles and miles and miles. It changes after a while. No, yeah, but it fits the situations. I mean, but it doesn't stand out.
Plays a really comical noise when your horse walks into a tree.
Oh, or gallops full force, mashing that button down and not even see the tree.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, best audio design: Black Ops 4, Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead. Man, those 4 games, like God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, got nominated for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they should. Like, if they're, I don't know, those are the big games. Like, if I have to look back on the year, even for games I didn't really play, like, I guess they would stick out. Those 2 big ones. So, they better deliver.
Matt, how do you feel the audio design is in Black Ops?
I mean, it's exactly the same as it's been every year. Literally
Guns
nothing
like
sticks
guns.
out. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's this very sort of, driving sort of techno kind of thing happening all the time, and then that's it. Then you just get guns and explosions, and it's the same thing.
And just like every other year, I hear people a split second before they kill me.
Or sometimes you don't.
Sometimes not at all.
But I will say for Red Dead specifically, I mean, everything has a sound. Like, you get on your horse, you hear your foot in the stirrup, you hear your jeans rustle when you kick your leg over the horse. When you when you put your holster in, you can or your gun back in your holster, you flare it, and you can hear him like flip it around on his fingers, and then you can hear the gun like slide against the leather holster. So I don't know, maybe Red Dead takes this one for me.
If I had played it, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 would win Best Audio Design. All right. Best Performance. Brian Deckard as Connor, Detroit Become Human. Christopher Judge as Kratos, God of War. Oh man, I can't pronounce all these names. Malisanthi Mahout as Cassandra as in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. And Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker in Spider-Man.
I've actually heard really good things about Malisanthi Mahout in Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember people were saying during some reviews or something when I read that you could be a boy or a girl like when you start the game, and a lot of people said pick Cassandra because she just sounds way better. Not saying that I'm sure the guy, I don't know what his name was, that he did bad, but I think it was just her delivery was really on point. But again, having not played them, I think that maybe that would be a good choice.
For me, like, I think that the voice of Peter Parker is amazing in that game.
So good.
I think I would go with Christopher Judge as Kratos in God of War, just because like he has to speak so much more than just like angry one-liners, and he has to have like this whole range of emotions that the character hasn't had before, and like it was convincing all the way through.
Yeah.
And plus, he introduced boy into the lexicon.
He made a whole meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Games for Impact. This is, games with like social messages and trying to say something. 1111 Retold, Celeste, Florence, Life is Strange 2 Episode 1, and The Missing, J.J. McField and the Island of Memories. Once again, I'm not a fan of Life is Strange Episode 1, only in that it's part of a game.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, if I had played Celeste, it probably would have won.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard of some of these ones, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard of anything other than Celeste and Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're great games.
Best indie game. Jason presents best indie game.
My favorite.
Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, Return of Obra Dinn, and The Messenger.
Okay, to be fair, again, I haven't played many of these or any of them, but I really want to play Dead Cells. That one looks really fun.
Philip Mewson's favorite.
Ouch. Burn. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess, Jet, you'd go with Into the Breach or Celeste. They're both on.
It's between one of those two, and I know what the answer is. But they... I think the judges will pick Celeste to win this game, or win this category.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Cells, I've heard amazing things. Return of the Obra Dinn, had I played it, that would probably be my game, because that art direction is insane. The Messenger is an interesting one here. I don't know if you guys have seen that game at all. I think it's a Switch exclusive. It looks like modern. It looks like Ninja Gaiden. And
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it like flips between like 8-bit and 16-bit graphics styles.
Yeah,
that's
like
a time traveling thing. I've heard that when it's playing straight up like Ninja Gaiden, it's amazing, but then it later on introduces sort of a Metroidvania element to it that people aren't as much a fan of, but it was good enough to make it on this list. So
yeah, no. We'll see.
Best mobile game: Donut County, Florence, Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, and Reigns Game of Thrones.
Can we say no one wins?
I've heard good things about PUBG Mobile.
Yeah. Fortnite's pretty good on mobile too.
I've heard that the Donut County game did absolutely amazing. So, I don't know.
When you hook up a keyboard to
Let me give you my 10-second synopsis of PUBG Mobile.
All right.
So I played it once, the first time, and I beat everybody and I won. And I felt so proud of myself. And then I realized that I was playing against bots. And then I played another game and I got smashed. And then I never played again.
Aw, that's sad.
The end.
Yeah. uninstalled. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Reigns, I played the non-Game of Thrones version of that game, and it's actually pretty cool. It's all it is literally you're flipping cards. So you start at the beginning, and it tells a story. So you move a card either left or right, depending on which decision you want to make based on which card is there. So, for instance, it'll say, I am the queen, and I need you to do one of these two things. And then you say, okay, well, this is the one I want to do. So you swipe it that way. And then that has ramifications going forward. So then it said, okay, you did this, and then maybe what you did ended up killing you, or like you lit a village on fire or something by accident. So everything has sort of ramifications based on which way you swipe. And the whole game is literally just swiping left or right on different cards. So I'm assuming the Game of Thrones one is, just as good. And then there's different ways you can go, and you get to certain hidden spots or cards. Like you have to collect certain people cards, and the only way you can meet certain people is by making certain choices and the way things branch and stuff. So it's interesting.
All right. Couple more categories. Best VR/AR game: Astrobot Rescue Mission, Beat Saber, Firewall Zero Hour, Moss, and Tetris Effect.
I'm just gonna go with Tetris Effect because I loved watching you play it.
Yeah, that honestly was very mesmerizing.
I guess that would be my.
I will say though, Beat Saber is.
That looks cool. Yeah.
People love Beat Saber, and that definitely has the wow factor. I've also heard amazing things about Astrobot Rescue Mission, which is
I think. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a platformer, and I've heard people say it's like the Mario 64 of virtual reality platformers.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a demo of it. You can play it on the PlayStation.
I don't have VR. Maybe we'll get one soon. But I think when they announced Moss, that looked pretty cool. Like that's the one where I think you're the mouse and like you're going through the perspective of the world, like down like being small. Like that just seems like a really cool idea. But haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah.
But I would still say Tetris Effect. Just from even that little live stream we just watched was absolutely amazing.
Best action.
I mean, there's so many VR games, and the way just little things about them. Maybe the games aren't so good, but just little things that you can do in the games. If they could, get that and harness it and make one really good game that sort of incorporates all the cool things, that's what I'm waiting for.
All right. Best action game.
Yeah.
Black Ops.
I'm waiting for the VR games to actually be like glory.
Right.
Yeah.
Best action game: Blops, Dead Cells, Destiny 2, Far Cry 5, Mega Man 11. I
enjoyed Far Cry 5.
Okay.
But I love that whole open world. Like, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
It glitched on me really bad, and I traded it in the next day.
Really?
I remember that.
Man, I ran into a glitch where like I died in a helicopter crash, and the game would just load with me with the helicopter just crashing over and over again.
So what you're saying is it's a far cry from good.
Wow.
All right, see you guys.
Yep.
Other than that, like the only one I've played here otherwise is Mega Man 11, and I think Mega Man 11 is great. I don't know if it has what it takes to stand up to some of the other games in this category.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It seems like it's a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
Well, I also think that if you look at these 5 games, they're very different, all 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's,
very true.
You've got your side-scrolling sort of, platforming thing. You've got your open world in Far Cry. You've got your sort of Destiny and Call of Duty are kind of the same thing. And then Dead Cells is like a roguelike kind of thing, right? Or whatever it is, kind of Metroidvania. I don't know. They're very different, and it's weird to put them all in the same category, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I would call Black Ops an action. Like, I mean, I guess maybe like the zombies mode is like an action thing, but I don't know. Yeah. Same with like Destiny. I don't know if it's really action.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird to see like Call of Duty and Mega Man in the same category.
Yeah. Exactly. That's not just best video. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Best action adventure game: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Jesus.
Feel like
that's a heck of a category.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, no one's really talked about, and I can't speak to that because I've only an hour into that game. So, but yeah, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, the Trinity. Oh, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's 4 Game of the Year contenders right there.
Yeah.
Do you think the game that wins Game of the Year wins this category as well?
I mean, it probably should, but I don't know. I mean, considering that you said 4 of the games are action adventure games, like, and the other one is what, Celeste? I don't know. I feel like they're gonna win both.
I wonder if they.
Yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I feel like is not gonna make it through this category.
No. Probably not.
I don't know. I feel like if you look at Red Dead, it's less action and more adventure. If you look at something like Spider-Man or God of War, I feel like that really sort of embodies the action adventure genre. Like it's got literally both of those things in spades, right? Like,
yeah, true.
And I haven't played Assassin's Creed. I'm assuming it's very similar, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would lean towards Spider-Man. It seems like it's kind of made to be the best category here, action adventure game. I mean, it's Spider-Man.
Okay,
that's what he does.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How about best RPG? Dragon Quest XI, Monster Hunter, Ni no Kuni 2, Octopath Traveler, and Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire.
My category. Jeez. Man, I don't even know. Like, I think Octopath is great. And then Monster Hunter World is really cool, but I don't think it's going to win anything. I think it's an amazing game, but I don't think it's a game of the year or anything like that. Haven't yet played Ni no Kuni 2, so I got that one with you guys too. But Dragon Quest XI is just so cool looking. Like, oh, jeez.
I feel like if Monster Hunter was going to win anything, it would be in this category.
Think so?
That game sold incredibly well. I think it outsold everything else on this list, and it won a lot of people over that had never played or never liked Monster Hunter before.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I think so too. And it's definitely probably the biggest selling one, if not Octopath. I think Pillars of Eternity is too like hardcore to win this category.
It's also the only point and click game on the entire thing.
Well, I'm glad that a point and click game made it on the list. I mean, we'd have to go back and run the numbers, but I think it's cool that in 2018 a point and click game can make it.
That's true. Selfishly, I think I want Dragon Quest XI to win just so that we get more Dragon Quest games in North America.
Yeah.
But
for those traditional RPGs a chance.
Yeah.
Best fighting game: Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle, Dragon Ball Fighters, Soul Calibur 6, and Street Fighter V Arcade Edition.
All right,
I'm going to defer to you, Jet.
Yeah.
I think Dragon Ball Fighters is going to win this in a landslide, maybe the biggest landslide of all these categories. I think Blaze Blue is the better game. It does not look.
I would say. Oh, no, go on.
It does not look as good. It is more fun to play.
I would say from just looking at that list, like, yeah, for sure, it's going to be Fighters. There's no way. Like, I mean, that game could have been Game of the Year. Like, I could have seen that one top up there. It's been everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for sure Game of the Year. Also, props to Arc System Works running 2 games there.
Yeah. Arc System Works is a fantastic fighting game developer. I haven't really played any of their games up until this point because their stuff is really complicated. Like, the genre of fighting games is already so hard, and they're like the next level up of just systems on top of systems. Like, you can't just pick Ken and then pick Ryu and like, okay, I have a basic idea of what they do. Like, no. Like, playing one character in Guilty Gear and playing a different character in Guilty Gear, it's like playing 2 different fighting games in the same game.
Yeah. Arc System Works is definitely the coffee barista hipster of the fighting game community.
For sure. And I feel
like... you like Street Fighter?
But yeah, with Dragon Ball Fighters and Blaze Blue, they brought it down to a place where like it's a lot more accessible, but still has the depth. And Blaze Blue in particular, I feel, has a really great balance. I think Dragon Ball Fighters is a little too much of a puncher's game. I feel like everybody just like fights at point blank and is just smashing each other all the time versus Blaze Blue, which does give fighters who can fight from far away a bit more of a chance.
Fair enough.
Now you know.
Review done. Yeah.
And Street Fighter 5, like, okay. To Street Fighter's credit.
Where do I start?
To Street Fighter's credit, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition is probably the game that should have come out 2 years ago. It's finally got the arcade mode. It has the story mode. It's got more characters in it. They've cleaned up the graphics. They've cleaned up some of the online. They recently reduced the input lag to make it an even more responsive game. I just have issues with the way that game was designed at a root level, and it breaks my heart.
Oh,
yeah, but
it's a dang shame.
Yeah, I can't go back. Best family game: Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Starlink, and Super Mario Party.
Yeah,
Overcooked.
Yeah,
really? Because I feel like if I played with my family, I would hate that.
Yeah, you guys had a blast on the marathon.
It was great.
That. Yeah, this is a pretty
good time.
Cool list. Nintendo Labo, like, no, get that out of here. It's fine. Tennis Aces is okay. I want to play Starlink. Mario Party, that is what it is. I think Overcooked is maybe even more of a landslide than the fighting game category in this.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Yeah. I think classifying as a family game just seems weird, but I think on that list, it's probably the best game to play multiplayer. So yeah, I guess.
Strategy game: BattleTech, Frostpunk, Into the Breach, The Banner Saga 3, Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Oh no, I haven't played a strategy game in forever.
Yeah,
I
haven't played any of these.
Gotta go Into the Breach because of Jet's recommendation.
I would probably do that as well. Cool. I know JJ likes the Banner Saga a lot, and I did want to play Valkyria Chronicles, and I probably will at some point because I really enjoy that series. Well, I like the first one a lot. The second and third one never came to North America.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it did. The second one came on PSP.
Okay, yeah. Then I wouldn't have played it. Sports and racing games: FIFA 19, Forza Horizon, Mario Tennis Aces, NBA 2K19, Pro Evolution Soccer. I've only played.
Am I the only person that heard him say sports and raisin games?
Sports and raisins.
Sports and raisin games.
Pro Evolution Soccer actually looks phenomenal.
Had I played?
Yeah, we watched that at EGLX. We watched a bunch of pro matches.
Oh, weird.
It's fun.
Had I played?
I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you the difference between Pro Evolution or FIFA, but you know.
Yeah, really.
I wanted to like Tennis Aces more than I did.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Fun, but not what I wanted.
Yeah. Best multiplayer game: Blops, Destiny 2, Fortnite, Monster Hunter, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is on there. Man.
Maybe they just felt bad for the Xbox. Like, yeah, we got to throw something on this.
What do you guys want? Just name one. Name one.
Oh my god.
Though I've heard there are people who really love Sea of Thieves.
Really?
Yeah. If you listen to the Player One podcast at all, Chris Johnston talks about his exploits of playing that game every single week since launch.
Wow.
I mean, the concept is cool. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's good for me.
I don't know.
Interesting. I'll never play it because I never have an Xbox.
Yeah. Same.
It's PC, right? You can do it on PC too? Or maybe I will then. I don't know.
I don't have a PC.
So. Okay.
I'm not on this right now.
Best student game. We have.
Probably skip this category. Yeah.
Okay. I think we're.
Here we go, Jason.
The end here. Let's do last two categories. Best indie game. Best debut indie game.
Yoku's Island Express.
I liked Yoku's. That was fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that.
That game was legit.
I haven't played any of these other ones.
I think that was innovative and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Also, side note about Jason. I love any game that involves pinball of any sort. So like
Sonic Pinball.
Yeah, that game is great, and like, oh my gosh, it's so funny.
It's so good.
There's another one. I think it's like Rock of Ages or something. It's kind of like pinball. Oh, I love it. It's such a funny and if you can mix pinball with like anything, it just works. Like Metroid pinball, amazing.
Did you like what was that game?
Business plan.
What was that game one with the microphone?
Oh, Odama?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Of course.
It was great. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's cool because every generation there's like 2, so you can like really quickly buy them. Be like, I got them all, and then you can go to the next one. Anyways.
Last category, and then we're gonna go back through the list and write them down, and this is how we will settle the championship belt on the next episode.
God.
Best esports game: Counter-Strike, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch.
Ooh, League of Legends.
Man, those are big
I don't know.
ones.
Dota. I don't know. That's tough.
I mean, just having watched Overwatch, like that was huge. So
yeah, I would say Overwatch.
Yeah, Fortnite is a massive game. I still feel like that is a weird game in an esports format.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
How do you franchise that?
Yeah.
What's best esports player? I gotta know who they put up there.
Okay, we'll put it up there, but then
the Fox guy's there.
I bet it's Jay Jonak, or Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
Jay Jonak.
Yeah, Jay Jonak.
Oh my God.
Sonic Fox. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm picking Sonic Fox on that one.
Sonic Fox is probably gonna win. I mean, Jay Jonak was amazing in Overwatch League, but wow.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, let's go back to the top of the list. I'm going to write down everyone's picks, like what they think is going to win. Oh man, this is such a long list. Okay. Let me...
Yeah, we could just send you our lists.
All right, send me your list. Go through it, and we will then like compare it. Are we actually going to do our reaction to the game of the year on the next episode of Boss Rush?
Sure, we can talk about it.
When is the show?
It's a Thursday night.
Next Thursday? That's Thanksgiving over here.
No, it's not. It's like when is this Game Awards? The Game Awards. Is that the... There he is. December... No? Now you're seeing my browser. Hopefully you didn't see anything weird in the browser history. Please, God. December 6th.
Worlds will change. Wow.
Yeah. So when is...
They won't. But,
December the 6th is...
Friday,
yeah.
right?
No, it's Thursday. It's like 3 weeks from now.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll
send you our picks then.
Okay. Send the pics, and then I'll put them on like the blog or something, just so we have a formal record. This is what everybody picked.
Yeah. Hold us accountable.
All right. Whew, that was exhausting. We are like an hour and 40 minutes in. If you guys want a shot at the belt, I have like a quick game. I don't have any graphics or anything for it, but if you guys want to stab at it, let me know.
I feel like I'm
fine. I got plenty of time.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
Okay. So, this is going to be our first ever... Let me see if I can pull up the... Oh, man. Hold on. I got to log into a different Google account real quick. And we'll do like...
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for keeping my belt for another week, but...
Yeah, right.
Okay. As is tradition. All right. Belt's on the line. We are going to be doing a Boss Rush Battle Royale, and the topic is Stan Lee characters. So, the way it's going to work is you're going to take turns naming characters that Stan Lee has created. If you get one wrong, you are out. Last person standing wins. So, we'll go left to right. I've got a list here of like 200 characters. We could go all night if you guys are up on your Stan Lee characters. God. So, we'll start with the champ. Matt, name one.
Wolverine.
Wrong. You're out. Oh, no.
Wait, what?
No, he didn't come up with Wolverine.
No.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't. He came up with... Oh, I'm not going to say anything. But yes, he did not come up with Wolverine.
Oh, geez.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well,
how about that?
Let me go and take this off your hands. I will take it.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Wow. I'm okay. Apparently, I was like 100% sure about that.
Oh man,
Matt, you had a movie that had a whole bunch of them in it. You just had to pick one of them.
Wait, hold on. So Stan Lee wasn't X-Men at all?
Oh, we'll talk about it after the game.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
Jason.
Hold, I'm Googling this. You guys keep playing.
Yeah.
We could all be wrong, and then we could start over. So, oh my god.
Jason, Stanley character, go.
Spider-Man.
Correct. John.
Hulk.
I'm pretty sure that is correct. Yes. Jason.
Captain America.
No, he did not.
Oh no!
And the new
Sad.
Boss Rush champion.
Wait, don't I have to guess another one before I can officially win?
Yeah, you should.
Okay,
you should.
fine. For the win, John, one more character.
Well, everybody knows it's got to be Iron Man.
Correct. And the new Boss Rush champion is John. Woo!
Oh man, yeah, he did not create Wolverine. Okay,
There it is.
Verified.
Matt, you're the equivalent of Jose Aldo getting knocked out by Conor McGregor in the first.
No, what I meant was Wyatt Wingfoot. That's who I was actually talking about.
Oh, Wyatt Wingfoot.
W's.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my
God, wow. I was,
Wolverine.
dude. I have never been more sure of anything than I was of Wolverine when I said Wolverine. Anyway, I don't know, man. Okay, wait. So was he responsible for any of the X-Men?
Yes. He created the concept of the X-Men, and he created the original X-Men. So he created Cyclops, Iceman, Jean Grey, Beast, and Angel. And then he might have
everybody but Wolverine. Okay, I get it.
And Professor X.
Professor X as well, yes. And Magneto.
Yeah, Magneto.
And Magneto. Okay, so yeah, everybody but Wolverine. I got it.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Oh, Matt.
Oh, that was so funny. I swear to God, man, I was so sure. Anyway.
Matt, you had every Marvel movie to pick from.
Well, I was trying to save it. I didn't want to go
over.
I mean,
I was trying to. I didn't want to go
most movies, so you got that going for you.
Well, I wanted to because I knew we had all the other stuff to go, and I was going to try and get an easy one. At least I thought was easy to start off with, and save the other ones for the later.
You wanted to start with an easy one. You played Spider-Man.
No, I know that's okay. Let's let's just forget that ever happened.
Okie doke.
Quick. It was quick and easy.
Yeah. I'll just make sure to make like a Wolverine mask graphic to put on Matt's face going forward on the show.
Definitely.
Oh man. Oh, I'm so sure. Oh.
All right. Well, congratulations, John. And that's going to do it for tonight's show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and hopping in on the chat. I saw the viewer count was pretty high, which is pretty cool for us this evening. And before we go, is there anything you guys want to plug? Let's start with you, Matt.
Boy, let's see. No, not right now. Honestly, I've been playing so much Red Dead. I've got a review of something coming up, but I haven't even started it yet. So no, nothing yet.
Okay. Jason?
You know what? It's crazy. I actually wrote something on my blog, so you can check out at downstep.com. I have my not the greatest, but the kind of middle of the road picks for your PS1 Classic. So I put up 20 games that would have been better than Sony's picks, but not games that would have been mainstream that I would have picked anyway. So 20 random games that are really good for the PS1.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, it's more than.
I promise your list is better.
It is the
I can guarantee it's better.
The ultimate hipster PS1 classic.
Yeah.
As picked by Jason.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And I just recommend that you check out his list because that seems more important than anything I could have sent you to. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks.
As for me, my written review of Tetris Effect is up now on In Third Person. And at some point, I'll be streaming some Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. So make sure to come back to the channel and watch that. I'm off work next week, so I should be able to stream a bit more, particularly in the morning. I know there's some people like, stream in the morning. I'm like, I'm at work. But
I have a life.
Yeah, I did a morning stream during Thanksgiving weekend. That was a lot of fun. We streamed Pikmin 3, and I realized an hour and a half in that I played the game wrong, and all my Pikmin died.
Aww.
Ah.
That's what happens, though. They're in a better place now.
Yeah. All right. So what we will do then is we'll take off. You guys will send me your lists for your Game of the Year picks. We can get a Google Doc going, and I'll share that with everybody, and everyone can write their stuff in.
Yep.
And we'll see if we can all like do a live reaction to the Game Awards if they're streaming that, because that would be cool for all of us to be watching the trailers and
yeah,
that'd be cool
at the news.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So until next time, I'm Jet. He's Matt, Jason, and John. Well, wait. He's Matt. He's Jason. He's John, and we're out of here. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I didn't map the. I always screw this end card at the end. There we go. And